My submissive trad wife planned to send me to prison for content. So I showed her fans the truth live. I was staring straight into the glowing glass lens of a $4,000 DSLR studio camera, hot blood trickling down the bridge of my nose and dripping onto my collar, while 50,000 people watched my wife frantically swinging a solid maple rolling pin at my skull. The live chat on the monitor beside the camera was scrolling so fast it was nothing but a blinding, continuous blur of white text and horrified emojis. For 5 agonizing, suffocating years, the internet had worshipped this woman as the ultimate paragon of domestic perfection. They bought her cookbooks, they sponsored her lifestyle, and they praised her submissive, gentle spirit. But right now, in the harsh, unfiltered glare of 3 massive LED ring lights, the world was finally witnessing the violent, unhinged monster I was legally bound to. If you have never lived inside a perfectly curated, monetized lie, let me try to explain the specific kind of psychological torture that was my daily existence. My wife, Elena, was a top-tier, trad wife influencer. She had over 3 million followers across her social media platforms, pulling in upwards of $20,000 a month in ad revenue, brand sponsorships, and affiliate marketing. Her entire digital empire was built on the foundation of biblical submission, feminine grace, and a fiercely anti-modern lifestyle. Her feed was a relentless, sun-drenched grid of freshly baked sourdough loaves, pastel vintage aprons, perfectly arranged wildflowers, and lengthy captions about how a woman's true purpose was to serve her husband and maintain a peaceful, pure sanctuary. The reality was a living nightmare. Elena was not a submissive, gentle homemaker. She was a deeply narcissistic, violently controlling, volatile tyrant who ran our house like a maximum security prison. When the cameras were rolling, she would look at me with these big, doe-like eyes, speaking in a soft, breathy whisper that drove her engagement metrics through the roof. The absolute second the red recording light blinked off, her face would harden into a cold, venomous snarl. She tracked my location 24 hours a day via a hidden GPS application on my phone. If I stopped for gas on my way home from my job as a warehouse manager and delayed my arrival by more than 6 minutes, my phone would light up with a barrage of text messages accusing me of ruining her filming schedule. She controlled everything. The finances, my wardrobe, my posture, and my facial expressions. I lived my life in a constant state of flinching, terrified of triggering her explosive temper. If I didn't look perfectly, blissfully happy in one of her staged family photo shoots, she would punish me. 3 months ago, I blinked during a brand-sponsored photo for an organic flower company. When the photographer left, she picked up a heavy, hand-painted ceramic mixing bowl, the exact bowl she claimed was a cherished family heirloom in a viral video, and hurled it directly at my chest with the velocity of a major league fastball. It shattered against my collarbone, leaving a massive, dark purple bruise that I had to hide under long-sleeved flannel shirts for weeks. She told me if I ever ruined a brand deal again, she would falsely report me to the police for domestic violence, knowing her massive audience would immediately believe the fragile, soft-spoken housewife over the quiet, imposing warehouse worker. I was entirely trapped. I had been systematically isolated from my friends, emotionally ground into dust, and reduced to nothing more than an unpaid, silent prop in her lucrative theatrical production. This past Sunday started like any other weekend in our personal hell. I was supposed to be at the warehouse pulling a double shift to oversee an inventory audit. Elena had informed me she was hosting a massive, highly anticipated, Sunday family roast, live stream at 5 o'clock that evening, sponsored by a premium organic meat delivery service. She had explicitly ordered me to stay out of the house until exactly 4:45, at which point I was to enter through the back door, put on a specific hand-knit sweater, and sit at the dining table looking famished and grateful. If you think this is just a sad story about a trapped husband playing dress-up for his influencer wife's aesthetic, brace yourself. By 5 p.m. tonight, this perfectly staged suburban kitchen is going to become an active crime scene broadcasted to 50,000 live viewers. We are talking about a hidden graveyard of expensive restaurant takeout, a deeply disturbing legal manifesto designed to send me to a state penitentiary for sympathy clicks, and a violent attack with a maple rolling pin that accidentally triggers the ultimate digital self-destruction. I am about to hijack her multi-million-dollar empire and burn it to the ground in high definition. To watch full story, follow on-screen instructions.